And so I vividly explained to the happenstances that transpired as of yesterday. And my stand to them, even if I wanted to have Becky back into my life, it would never be the same again. You've never had any case that I'm entangled in any relationship besides our marriage. You even stoop low to sleep with my buddy, Derek. Can't even trust you anymore. Let me see. Fuck. What the fuck? Babe. So those are your tools of work. So Derek alikupea kiss, si ndio?
Hivyo ndo umeamua.
Na pia Derek bought you this, or was it a law?
Mambo vipi, kama kawaida, this F001, your number one online channel where we educate, we entertain, and most importantly, we empower. Guys, if you're new here, you know we do it, like, subscribe, and definitely don't forget to share. Anyway, mambo ni mengi, masando machache. It's a fantastic afternoon, and we are quite blessed to be seeing this day. And if you are joining us for the very first time, feel at home. This is where you learn different things, different days, and you've all asked for it, and I took my initiative. It was once a schoolmate. Hatukujua tungekutana in this dirty streets of Nairobi. And like they always say, Nairobi is one big bed sitter. You never know which corner, which area, or which side of the bed you may meet a neighbor or a friend. What just began as a friendship, now you can see where it ended. I believe they had their sweet stories. I also prayed and opted the woman was here, but he will give us update what has happened so far. And you all say that you want to see this guy because what do people want? A whole ratio of over 2 million. Someone has paid 1.5 million. I can only equate that to a piece of land in some place in Nairobi. Amejaribu zote. And still, you have a woman who works with CDs and test kits. It's quite sad. It's quite unfortunate. I have my brother here. Thank you for coming. I know it has been a tough moment for you, but thank you for coming once again. Now, many people have a lot of questions. Many people have been questioning what happened. But before we reach to what happened, maybe you can tell us a short story of you and how you started. We ended up here.
Thank you, brother. And thank you also for, the condolences, as I might put it, because it is actually condolences. So I met Becky, my wife, a small girl then, 6 years ago. I was at the Chiromo College. She was in Kips in town, one of the colleges in town. So I was just running some errands as a skindia and bumped into, this small girl. I think she was like 19 then, yeah. So we started our friendship, knowing here and there, up to a time when we felt like we were comfortable enough to, get to know the best of each of us. So the thing went on for quite some time until she introduced me to, her family. Also got to introduce her to my own family, as a friend those days, because, like we would visit my sister in town over the weekends. Yeah, so the thing grew slowly over time. I graduated while she was, she still had 2 years to graduation as well. So I can just say that one event led to another. And 4 years ago, we, thought we would culminate our friendship into something more serious, as I had found and seen her as a woman who could probably be my partner in life. So we chose to formalize our relationship, communicated to our families, our intention that we would want to take. And we were cleared for, a long-lasting union. So we chose to kickstart the processes, telling the family what I want to do with her, how I want to keep her in life. And that led to an eventual planning of a ratio. I met her parents, somewhere in Mwingi, and I was given the nitty-gritties of what would qualify me to want to marry her. And as I mentioned yesterday, is that I was quoted, I was given a quote of around 2.1 million in terms of the amount that I would have paid for her show of her dowry. Surprisingly, they didn't accept the usual 3 gods for Kamba ladies. They equated all that dowry to 2.1 million, probably because her parents had taken her to school and maybe they were cautious that she was beautiful. Yeah, I believe all of you saw her. I mean, she can qualify for that price. So I paid. So far, I have managed to do a 1.5. I think I have around 0.5, 0.6 to go, so that we could be cleared for the real thing, which is a wedding. But over and above that, we already moved in together. We've been staying and living together, raising our 2-year-old kid. It's a girl. And life prior to yesterday was, let me say, a perfect union. She has been a woman who's been there for me. She's been supporting me like in every other thing. And I wouldn't expect that, like timings and events would turn out the way they did yesterday. I was quite oblivious of that possibility. And if anyone could have asked if such could ever happen, I would really deny it. So up to now, I'm surprised. I'm still in denial. I'm still in shock. And really, I haven't come to terms with what really transpired. Yeah.
Okay. We were so much interested in this question. How did you get to know this Derek guy, and do you know Dr. Olo and all this job stuff? How did she get it?
Derek was a friend and a confidant, for that matter, back in high school. So we ended up being called into the UN. But while I was taking some other course, he progressed and took, a bachelor's in law at the Parklands College. So we've kept in touch, being the friends that we were always. So after graduation, he was hired into some law firm in office, where he first got in there as an intern, in preparation for practicing law. So the office, which I won't mention, in town, at some point in time, wanted some filling of the vacancy of a receptionist, because, it's normal for offices to have this kind of front office people. And Derek knew that I had a wife who at that time was just indoors raising the kid. But this time around, the kid was of age. So upon that proposition that probably I would let my wife go fill in the position, I sat down with my wife and then deliberated upon the matter and decided that probably we could hire a nanny to look after our girl while she could try, working. And I believe, that was her first job since her school. Like, she's been indoors all along. And so I thought, why not just let my wife go find something for herself and also break the boredom of having to stay indoors like all her entire life. So I let her take up the vacancy, of course, with the call from Derek. So it's been 3 months, poultry 3 months, yeah, since she took up the job, and I would give credit to Derek for reaching out, because what are friends for? I mean, I just saw that as like just any other call for a vacancy that was intended to like give empowerment to a lady that he knew was my wife. And honestly, I can't understand if it is still the same Derek that we are in talk of, but apparently is implicated in, all this mess. About the apparent advocate Olo, I haven't come across such a name, and I really can't say a lot about him because he is kind of incognito to me.
And people are also asking, where's your wife right now as we are speaking?
After the surprising findings yesterday, which have still left me in shock. You remember I told you we were headed to grab some lunch, just around. So I just went back to the house. I couldn't really, collect myself around the entire thing. So I reached home before her, 30 minutes after I left, yeah. And my wife followed, I think 20 minutes later on. Of course, we didn't share a lot. I was mad around the same thing. She was surprised, rather not surprised, that she was not sure of what could happen because, it was a shock, yeah. But one thing I know that she was sure of is that I couldn't do anything violent against her because that's not the man that I've been all my entire life, yeah. So she came in 20 minutes later. Our kid was there with the nanny, yeah. And she actually prepared supper, although we didn't engage, yeah, in a lot of things. So she did every chores silently. I was in the bedroom. But then at around 7 p.m., I just walked into the sitting room after our nanny had left because she's a day bagger. And I was surprised to find an empty house, an empty sitting room. My wife was nowhere to be seen, and my girl was nowhere still to be seen. So in panic, I knew that the first contact that I would have made was to her family because she has an elder sister living in town, and her mom is a few kilometers from the city. So I called both the mother and her sister, elder sister, to confirm if she had visited them. And to my surprise, she wasn't in either of the places. So I immediately went and reported the matter to the police station nearby. Now that it was a matter of urgency, my wife isn't there. We're not in good terms. She has apparently gone with my kid. So I wasn't ready. I wasn't really sure about what next step she would have taken in the midst of all that environment and euphoria. So as we talk, I have still not received confirmation from her family that she is with her family, and I have not received a call from whoever confirming that she is with him. So I'm still hoping that she could probably be hearing me, yeah, or maybe anyone closer or close to her could be, in contact with her. So in that event, or in that case, I would just plead with any contacts to just reach out to her, probably she can call me and ascertain the fact that she's safe for one, and the girl is safe also. So I'm really looking forward to any notice of any contact for both my wife and my kid.
And maybe one last question. Are you likely to get back together, or what next step are you likely to take?
In my call with the parents, specifically the mother to Becky, I highlighted the reasons why all this happened. Yeah, because I am to be accountable for their safety, for whether we are together or not. And so I vividly explained to the happenstances that transpired as of yesterday. And my stand to them, that I proposed to them, was I am so sure that even if I wanted to have Becky back into my life, it would never be the same again. It would never be the same again. This is a woman that I have lived to adore. A woman that I have lived to see as, my life. But then whatever happened has erased all that. I'm willing to pay the price. I'm willing to pay the cost of forfeiting everything that might have happened before, like the pottery, payment of the dowry, like the time that we've spent together. Yeah, so I will let all that go. I have already informed the family of my decision, and I don't think that might change any other, time. So I am of the stand that we're not getting together, but I will ensure that she has access to every amenities that she would need. She's a carrier and the mother to my girl, so I will make sure that I don't abscond my duties as a father, but the aspect and the thoughts of us, being again a couple, that one is, close and next to none. So that is my stand as today.
Thank you for coming. I don't want to talk so much about it, but guys, stay tuned. We'll give you updates on this story. At the moment she appears, be rest assured I'll be the first person to inform you here. Otherwise, take heart. These things do happen. Today is you, and we pray tomorrow not to be any other person. Till next time, see you when you see us. Adios.